Today, Blink is on the menu, and we've got a little bit of everything from life gain to card advantage to even more toxic things like milling and discarding. And if I forgot to mention, all of our spells are getting doubled. That's right, today we're talking about one of my favorite mechanics, Blink, and we're doing it in the colors of Esper today, which of course opens the door for one of my new favorite cards, Virtue of Knowledge, which is going to allow us to double all of our ETB triggers, and it's really nice because most of the cards in our deck have some excellent ETB triggers. But what's really extra nice about this is the front half of this card, the Instant Speed Adventure, that allows us to copy an effect that triggers off of one of our permanents, which is actually pretty important here because we've got some new cards in this deck like Candy Trail, which if you saw the last video, I'm a pretty big fan of this card now. But this card can actually be sacrificed to gain 3 life and draw a card, and we can actually copy the effect of that because it's a permanent with the front side of this. Not to mention if we play it in a late game Candy Trail, we can scry 2 times, which is also really nice with the Virtue of Knowledge. And then we've also got an interesting card here that may not look like it fits, but the Phyrexian Flesh Gorger, the only card without an ETB effect. And I think this is a really good 3-drop slot here for not only aggro decks because of the life link, but what's nice about this card is the Twinning Twins have the front side ability to blink something out of the battlefield and back in, and things that have these prototype builds, they come in for a 3/3 body, we blink it at instant speed and it becomes the 7/5 body instantly. So not only are we going to be blinking our permanents, to kill things like Shieldred can kill things, but to blink the Flesh Gorger for extra value as well. Trying to get double of everything, essentially. That's the idea here. Every single one of my cards comes into the battlefield and has some sort of ETB effect, and we're trying to double down on it, and then we're blinking it with the Twins and the Eternal Wanderer. But I think you guys understand the gist of this. We're going to jump right into it. If you guys are new here, we do post videos just like this 5 days a week. So if you enjoy content just like this, if you wouldn't mind liking and subscribing, I'd greatly appreciate it. But enjoy the video, and hopefully we'll see you at the end. Peace out. All right, let's go. Let's see if we can't blink our way through the Mythic ladder. Wish it was that easy. All right, our opening hand here looks really good. We've got ourselves the Candy Trail. We've got the Aether Channeler, so not a bad start. The tap land might be a little slow, but you know what? It's fine. Let's think about our curve here going forward, though. All right, we don't need that. This is pretty good. Obviously, being able to blink things is always going to be really good here, especially when we get down our Virtue of Knowledge. Hopefully, this opponent's not running mono blue. Yeah, I didn't think so. Obviously, Evolving Wilds would indicate that it wouldn't be. Do we want to prioritize the Candy Trail draw, or do we want to prioritize the Aether Channeler? I think the Channeler is more important than the Candy Trail. We can always hit the Candy Trail at any point in this game. Plus, we kind of want to get the Virtue's front side if we're going to be playing that. All right, you know what? I think I'm going to have him replay that. And then I'll try to kill it the following turn. Card's a little bit too good, in my opinion. I wish I had the Shieldred ready to go next turn, but I didn't go first. If I did, we'd be talking a different story here. All right, so we got Urtai Resurrected, which will blow this up, but then they draw a card. I think that's honestly worth it, and I'm going to do it now because it's whenever they cast a non-creature spell, they get the ability, and I can't really have them getting the ability, and then me blowing it up. That'd be pretty bad. So let's take it out now. Give him the extra card, get the 2 damage in, say go. Dude, something just fuzzy went in my nose or something. Heck is going on there? All right, that's a card. I don't think I have much of a choice here. I think I'm gonna have to give him whatever sort of death effects they get off of this, which is unfortunate, but gotta do what we gotta do. Shieldred comes down, blows up the Atsushi, and it gets the treasures, I'm assuming, right? Yeah, they always take the treasures. I would too most of the time. And if they start hitting us with spot removal, that's not terrible, because they're eating up treasures for that, and 1-for-1s are not exactly gonna benefit them too much here. Says the guy who goes 1-for-1 and gives them an extra card, but Urtai is just too good. All right, another land would be nice. Let's go. What about a counterspell, though? Yikes, what about a counterspell? That is the question, isn't it? All right, let's try to swing through with the Shieldred, see if they want to try to play any nonsense here. I need to go get some more tissue or something, dude. I don't know what's going on here. Oh, see, imagine we just play this and then just blink this and be done with the shark, but there's no way they don't have something here. So we're gonna have to play this, which at least can avoid the make disappear, right? So might as well give us a shot here. And there's a negate. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and counter the negate. Maybe. Now, I know I could have used Urtai there just to supersede all of that and just destroy the Seed Shark, but I don't want to lose my backside, you know, the 4/4 fairy that I get off of the twins. So if I would have gone that route, the twins still would have been countered by that negate and I wouldn't have gotten the 4/4 backside of it. So instead, we blink the Shieldred. Looks like they're going to get one more shark incubation token here, looking to burn our Urtai with something. Yep, lightning strike. Eats up both of their treasures though, which is good. And what's really nice here is the Eternal Wanderer can actually bounce those tokens right off the field. So those shouldn't be too much of a threat, to be honest. And we got them to use up a negate too, which is huge. All right, so this comes down as an artifact. Draw a card, transform into an artifact that says tap, target non-land permanent, transform. Ah, okay. That's kind of cool. I'm banking on the fact that they don't have another counter spell. I'm almost certain of it because they would have played the negate there if they had it. Yeah, okay.
I think this will be a quick one.
Let's start eating these up. Start eating up these tokens.
Patience.
And I don't want this to hit our Wanderer, but if it does, I mean, it's only going to be 2 loyalty taken off. So I'll leave my Channeler back to block here, but I'm okay even if it gets through. That's a really cool card, man. Maybe I should throw this into one of my builds. I have a build I'm working on that wants to tap down creatures, you know? The, what is it? The Hilda? Yeah, I think it's the Hilda. What an interesting card. And then they tap down non-land permanent, and then they bring in this 2/2. Or not. Okay. Very interesting.
You're coming with me.
Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens from the opponent here. Obviously, lightning strikes are in their deck. You know they're running a lot more burn spells, and now that they've got the mechanized warfare down, those can become pretty big issues for us. They were a little late on the tap down game there. They should have put a stop on my priority before attack step. All right, they're down to 3, and just for funsies, should we flip this? There's no targets for us to blow up, but I mean, for funsies, I probably shouldn't have done that. I probably should have just looked for lethal next turn, but it's all good. I think I'm gonna draw a card here. Yeah, I should have just looked to close out the game there. That was a big win more play I just made there. But I really wanted to flip the Shieldred for content, you know what I mean? It's always the content. All right, so they got a 4 mana 4/3 with reach. Sacrifice an artifact or a land card to draw a card. And there's the scoop. We won the game anyways. It was going to be inevitable either way, but I really wanted to flip that Shieldred just to do it. So next time I'll remember just not to do that and just go for the attack. But man, sometimes I just let the fun get to my head. All right, not a bad first game. Oh my God. What am I looking at here? What the what is wrong with the shuffler, man? Okay, we'll keep this. We'll probably take away our blink card for now because we don't have the creatures to blink, so yikes, bro. All right, at least we can go Amonkhet, look to draw a card, look to mill them out a little bit here for the Shieldred later, and we're up against a very aggressive Naya deck. We can always glass casket that in a little bit here. I think I'm gonna go with the invasion of Amonkhet first. Look for my land drop because I don't want to lose out on my curve here. Come on, swamp. We need a swamp off the top. Okay, so they're playing Pia, huh? We did get our swamp, and it was a plains. Works for both. Works for both. Okay, so now that we know that they're a Pia deck, though, we probably want to save some of this removal for Pia, but the Swift Spear kind of is something we need to answer, though. It can get out of control pretty quickly. Yikes. Well, no matter what happens here, the casket, even if it gets chosen as the target here, will be castable next turn to take out the Swift Spear. So I just hope they don't have a 1-mana pump spell or burn spell here. Yep, they sure do. So they're going to be able to flip the invasion of Gobakhan, which is really annoying, I'm going to be honest. They lightning strike, or they play with fire in my face. Oh, interesting. Okay. Interesting. Well, here's the deal. I think I'm going to go with the invasion of Innistrad because this is only a 2-mana spell and I can use the Virtue of Knowledge as first front side divisions to copy it later. This is a little bit more expensive, so I'm going to go ahead and cast this now. That may seem a little silly, but you know, trust me on that, because what I'm saying here is I got 4 mana right now. We tap down to play this, but if we would have played the casket and let's say next turn they drop 2 more creatures or they get their Pia down and they start growing the board, I'm going to want to hit 2 targets with this, and I can go ahead and do that. You know what? I'm going to give them this because I want to get the Shieldred down this turn. We'll give him the food token. We don't care so much about that. All right, so they do have the mountain though, so they missed a land drop, but they found it through the Rocco. We can start going for the invasion of Amonkhet here though, and then we can actually turn it into the Rocco, which would be pretty sick. A 4/4 Rocco off the bat. Impulse. 2 lands. Well, they're not having any trouble with their land drops anymore. All right, well, we probably have no reason not to play the Virtue of Knowledge here, right? Let's go ahead and flip the Amonkhet. There's a possibility here they may have something. I don't know for 2 mana what they could have in those colors that would, you know, deal with Shieldred exactly. Maybe like a Seed of the Empire. Well, no, that's 3 mana. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think there is anything. Feeling pretty confident. And like I said, Rocco seems like a really good target here. Just in case I forgot, nothing in my yard, right? It's a negative Ghost Rider. All right, now the fun really begins here. So now here's the thing. Rocco does play into their game plan really, really well, but at least we're the ones who are going to be getting the food tokens and the 1/1 counters. I think that's going to be really helpful. But if they find a Pia, I may end up regretting that. I do have Glass Casket though, so we can double the effects of that. Wow. And we give them a Wanderer. That's crazy. Eternal Wanderer is going to take out the Shieldred here. A little bit of a bummer. They're unable to attack just yet. They might play the Virtue of no, it's the Wanderer. Virtue of Loyalty, I thought maybe, but we drew the Coven a little bit too late here. Not having the mana to, you know, bounce that back to their hands is a little bit of a bummer.
You are not much of
All right, so that can't attack. They have 1 mana left over. I don't think they're going to have any spells for us here. We haven't seen anything come down that cheap. All right, we can force a discard of 2 cards here. Also try to flip this. That'd be kind of nice. Let's see if we can flip this. I also have Glass Casket as an option. I don't know what I'm going to take here yet. I'm going to see if they want to do anything about this first. Do they prevent the flip? And sorry, I can hear a jet coming right now over my house, so It might get a little loud here in a second. I apologize. I might end up actually muting. Every time around this night, every night around this time, we get these jets flying over, man. All right, Invasion of Innistrad, and I'm gonna get double the amount of zombies too, by the way, because of the Virtue of Knowledge. It's essentially gonna be a pseudo Mondrak for us here. Yep. All right, and then let's go ahead and get double the discarding effects here. I mean, we're kind of running away with it now, but you never know. I think discarding 2 cards from the opponent here is going to be really, really good. Sure. Seems like a bit of a desperate move here, and now you're going to only have 1 card in hand. I like that. It's cool to see somebody so high up in Mythic playing Pia, though. Pia is a really fun deck. We made one of our own, and I thought that deck would be pretty darn good, but... Okay. They throw away that. That definitely means they have another one, right? You would think. All right, let's go ahead and end the turn here. We have no other reason to go any further here. And then we draw an Invasion of Amonkhet, which is really good, man, because it's going to be able to hit for 2 cards instead of 1. They really shouldn't have 2 cards in hand, though, at the start of this next turn. We'll see, though. They play a Ren's Resolve, looking for 2 extra cards. Like I kind of already knew they were going to do that. Like I said, you don't throw away your card advantage tool when you've only got 1 card left in hand, unless you have another. Are we able to play the Wanderer yet? 6, 7, 8. Yeah, we'll be able to play it next turn. We have the land for it, so very nice. I might just be going Amonkhet here and Glass Casket, though, because they just found their Pia. I don't know why you would play that now, though, anyways, because you don't have anything from Exile you can play either, so. Who knew that this Rocco that I would steal would do so much work for us? Turning out to be quite the card. All right, they must not see that I have this Glass Casket, because if they did, I have a feeling they'd just concede here. They looked almost like they were going to eat that food token there, which, by the way, we have so many food tokens. We actually might as well start eating these, huh? The fact that they thought about eating this tells me that they're probably, you know, they don't have anything in hand worth value right now, which means this game is over the moment I lay down this Glass Casket here. All right, we take the Pia, take the Samurai. They eat their food token, yep. I'm telling you, that's the only thing that's really holding the priority right now. And then the Invasion of Amonkhet is just going to go ahead and, you know, take that last card from their hand. Could take 2 cards, but we're just going to take the 1. Virtue of Knowledge, absolutely a value machine right now. Just getting us double triggers on everything. Not to mention the Eternal Wanderer can come in next turn and then just start blinking things like the Coven to make them, you know, discard every turn. Not that it matters, but the fact that we have that option is crazy. I should have just played it and blinked out their food token so they don't have any more priority holds. All right, more cards. We'll cycle that away and we'll look to flip. You know what's crazy is I can flip this over, turning it into a Pia. Oh my God, that's disgusting. We flip it, turn it into a Pia, and because we have their Rocco, we're actually going to trigger their Pia quite a bit. Oh, that's actually so good. What do I have in here, though? Yeah, nothing I want to worry too much about. Wait, do they have a Pia in their yard? I actually exiled the one, didn't I? Yeah, I exiled one of them, so maybe they don't even have a Pia. Yeah, they don't. Dang it. Guess we'll take this. I guess we'll take this. We'll cycle this and say go. All right. Gave them a Swift Spear. I don't see how they come back, but they are still here trying their hardest to cling to life. What a beatdown, dude. This feels so good. I mean, I'm having a good time right now. I don't know about you guys. There's a land. All right, we see everything that you have, so just play all your stuff here. Yep. Yep. You're not going to be able to stop this onslaught headed your way, my guy. So there it is. GG's. I was going to say it's only a matter of time. I figured I might just edit the rest of this video out to just get this through, but they finally concede. Thank goodness. All right, that was an epic beatdown of great proportions. This opening hand here looks phenomenal. Anytime I get the candy trails, I'm happy. Especially because we're seeing more aggro now that we're up in the mythic tiers. We're seeing a lot more mono reds and stuff. Mono blue though, not very fun. I don't think I need that many lands, if any, right now. Yeah, I don't think I need any of those right now. Please don't be mono blue. Oh, you are mono blue, it looks like, but a very unique mono blue. I can respect that. I can definitely respect that. All right, we don't need another one of those. I will take another land. Okay. All right, pass the turn. We'll take another shot here from the Triska Chick-fil-A. That's the card we used to call Triska Chick-fil-A because we couldn't pronounce anything to save our lives. And it is a very cool card that allows them to win the game if they get 13 cards into their hand. So we got to be very conscious of that. We're looking for the glass casket if possible. All right, so they connive with that for 3. What the heck? How is that a good card? How is that like an uncommon? Seems like it should be a common. It's a lot of mana to just do one connive. All right, obviously strong possibilities of counters. We got to make sure we're, you know, well aware of that potential. Another land. Good thing I sent those first 2 lands away. We could have been in a lot of trouble here with the flooding. Okay, I like that. That's not a bad card. Let's go ahead and get this down. And then what I'm going to end up doing here actually is I'm going to look to hit the candy trail, and then I'm going to Virtue of Knowledge, instant speed, and draw 2 and gain 6 life. Just like so. This is actually a really sick combination, which is why I kind of have it in the deck. Hello? Oh, I can... Wait, what? What happened here? Did I miss something? Huh? I don't know what just happened there. I should have been able to hit that with the Virtue of Knowledge and copy it. I don't know why I didn't. Huh. I genuinely have no idea what just happened there. I've done it before. Maybe I should have put full control on or something. Not too sure. All right. Well, whatever. Let's go ahead and... What do we want to do? What do we want to do? Maybe actually just play out the 2/3 flyer. Force a discard out of their hand here. At least that way if we do get countered, we don't lose something too valuable to us. Yeah, I think that's a fine play. We'll see. And then I've got the candy trail to scry to. Yeah, I'm very confused because I'm clearly missing something here. I thought maybe I can only do it once a turn, but no, that's not the case. We get countered, by the way. Still trying to figure out what happened to that candy trail there. I know I drew my card or whatever and gained the life, but I'm just a little bit confused why I wasn't able to copy its effect with the Virtue of Knowledge. I was able to do it before and found some great success off of that, so pretty odd. I know I'm definitely just missing something here. I mean, let's see, connive. Okay, so this says whenever it enters the battlefield, they exile a card. You may look at the top card of your library anytime. Well, you can play those types of cards. Okay, so they're looking for instant speed cards here. We saw Dissipate. We didn't see a 2-mana counterspell, though. Do we want to test our luck with that, or do we want to be a little bit more careful? I think I'm going to play a little more carefully than that. I'm going to play the Coven. Oh, wow, it hits. Okay, which means we're going to actually do this. Which is what we should have done earlier with that. Still confused by that, but all good. All right, so we get 2 cards out of their hand here, which is pretty big. I mean, as long as they don't have like a Silver Scrutiny, that would be pretty bad. It's definitely a possibility, though. All right, tap Enchanted Creature. Enchanted Creature does not tap its on step. Whenever it's put into the graveyard from the battlefield, you may pay 1 if you use scry 1, draw a card. Okay, so that's interesting. A unique card. What do I do? I have a couple of options I can do here. I think what I want to do is I want to flash this in, take this out, block this, leaving only this to deal 3, and then the following turn maybe just keep blinking that away. Seems pretty good, and then I can always just eat the trail. Okay, that's fine. I think that's fine. Let's hope they don't draw something crazy here. It all comes down to the top deck right now. Impulse, sure. I need them to walk into the attack here, so I've got to unfortunately allow the impulse, but that does up the chances of them finding some form of counterspell. Nice. Training grounds. It's pretty bananas. They're getting a lot of value out of this turn. All right, so we killed the cemetery. Oh gosh, they have something. It could just be the gifter's ability to connive, because it is 1 less mana to activate. It lands. All right, that's good. Now they can't connive. Well, actually, no. So yes, they can. The training grounds is giving them the discount, not the illuminator. Okay, so they can still connive. That's holding priority. They look to draw a card instead. How much is this? Oh, it discounts by 2. I thought it discounted by 1. All right, so we blow up the Triska here, and we look to draw a card. Sorry, very confusing game. I've never seen anyone play this deck, so it's got me a little bit befuddled at the moment, trying to figure out what I want to do. But I am going to go with the Wanderer here. And as much as I want to, you know, blink this maybe and blow this up, I don't really want to give him another card. I think I'm just going to take my time with this and look to just blink this and send in my attacker. Yeah, there's the scoop. It was just going to be annoying. I was probably just going to pester them with that plus ability and just keep attacking into them. That was pretty ugly on my part for a game, but you know, it started out going downhill from the effect that I don't understand where I missed it, but I missed my ability here on the candy trail, which is a bummer because like I said, I definitely did that ability before and it worked just fine. So I think I needed to put full control on there or something, or maybe it had something to do with me doing it during the conniving ability. I don't know. But anyways, it is kind of a good game, I guess. All right, let's see if we can clean up our gameplay a little bit on that last one. All right, opening hand here. Not good enough to keep at all. I'm gonna have to send that one away. Oh no, not like this. Looks like this one might be an auto loss here, guys. Well, you know what? Let's do this. We might actually be okay if I can copy the candy trail ability. We'll see. We will see. Come on, scry me something good here. I can't really say no to lands, and I don't really know what they're playing yet. So, I mean, the casket is also not bad. So, we'll take the casket, see what they play. Okay. You've piqued my interest. Ah, I see, I see. Okay, well, that's definitely going to get the casket treatment. No doubt about it. Come on down. So we're up against, in my opinion, the most annoying deck in all of Magic right now. I can't stand Is It Toxic? And the reason I don't like this deck is just because of its 50-50 nature of like, if you get a couple Rot Priest, you automatically win the game and there's almost no stopping it. And then on the other hand, if you don't find the Rot Priest, you know, good chances are you're going to just lose the game. All right, let's try to get the Channeler down here. To me, that just doesn't seem like, you know, fun Magic, but that's just my opinion. And my opinion ain't worth nothing. All right, let's scry. All right, Virtue of Knowledge, help me out here on this next go. I really could use some cards here. I do need a 5th land drop for the Knowledge. And I mean, this isn't a bad card. Forcing some discards could be pretty good, especially when we double up on him. Yeah, I mean, that's not terrible. I don't exactly love it, but I'll take it. Yikes, dude. And this is what I mean. If you got these 2 cards down, the game is so... And then they've definitely got the indestructibility and whatnot. What do I do here, man? I'm gonna force them to have it. It doesn't matter. They for sure have it. It's just... Yep, sure. All right. Let's just do full control just to be on the safe side. Now, I could have used that Seed of the Empire as a removal piece here, but I really needed the 5th land drop here for the Virtue of Knowledge later. All right. No full control needed anymore. Let's get double the effects here. Gain 6 life. Draw a bunch of cards. There's a Drake. All right, we are officially in a lot of trouble here. They only got 1 card left, though. You never know, man. You never know. Let's get this down now. Let's get the 1 card out of their hand, which is probably some sort of targeting effect. And they do it probably on the Drake to draw a card, but then they're going to have to give up the next card they draw, so it doesn't really matter. Unbelievable, though. The things this deck can do once these 3 creatures are on the field is unbelievable. All right, so if they draw into a land here, we might be okay, because then I can sweep the board with the Eternal Wanderer, and we might actually just win this thing. Who knows? They looked at the casket like they want to do something about that, which is weird. So because my Coven has the ability to fly here, I think I'm going to allow this to be the creature that lives. So almost certainly they don't have counter magic, right? It's almost always targeting spells to protect their creatures. And in this case,
I've made it just in time.
the only thing that saves them here is slip out the back, which honestly wouldn't surprise me if they had. All right, cool. They didn't have it. Love to see it. Love to see it, man. Can't believe we actually might pull off the win here, even though we had 2 Ivies, a Drake, and a Rot Priest on the field. Okay, so they clearly have a pump spell, probably Tyvar's Stand. Okay, or that works. And a Boseiju on the Candy Trail. Sure. Oh, a blinking effect. That's pretty interesting. But here's what's going to be really cool, guys, because the Ivy has, you know, legendary rule. Check this out. We're going to actually do this. We're going to blink the casket, forcing them to legendary rule one of these out of the way. And then we're going to get it right back, and then we'll exile the other one. Yep. And then we have the doubling effects. It doesn't really matter in this particular instance, but we'll take it. I mean, that is just the bee's knees, man. That was nice. And now they can't do anything without a creature, which of course they find. It's all good. We can blink the casket again because it happens to be an Ivy, which is redonkulous. How good that is.
I bought us some time.
And now it's just a matter of time. I mean, we're just gonna go ahead and get this W real quick. Just creep in with my 4/4 over and over again. More land is tragic. How about another Ivy? I actually think I've gotten all 4 of them, haven't I? 1, 2, 3. Oh, geez. Come on. Help me out here a little bit.
Thank you for your help.
1, 2, 3. Did you find a creature or are we conceding? I feel like those are really the only 2 options you have here. Because without the creature, your hand is pretty useless because, you know, it's all protection stuff, right? Targeting things. And if you have nothing to target, you can't win. That's what I'm talking about, man. Good game right there, man. Even though we had a double mulligan, I really thought we were going to lose that game just on that alone, but somehow we come out on top. That's going to do it for me today, guys. We'll be back again here tomorrow with another build for you, but I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I think that Blink is in a really, really fun place right now. It's one of my favorite mechanics to do, you know, bouncing things in and out of the battlefield for extra value. Really love, obviously, Virtue of Knowledge, but the new card, Twinning Twins, takes this to another level, man. We've always really enjoyed blinking effects for obviously 2 mana at instant speed. That's really fun and everything, but the fact that it's got the backside of the 4/4 flyers with vigilance is so good. It just gives us that extra you know, play in the late game, and I think this deck was pretty darn solid, man. A lot of new cards that made their way into this build that helped a lot with the blinking effects, but anyways, I digress. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you so much for making it this far into the video. It means a lot to me, but a huge special thank you to the Marty Mob. If you guys are part of the Marty Mob and you're watching right now, thank you so much for helping support my channel, man. That's all I gotta say. I really appreciate everything you guys do for me. If you don't know, these people help support me monetarily every single month through their memberships down below. So thank you guys if you're watching. I really can't tell you how much I appreciate you for your support. But that does it. And we'll be back tomorrow. Hopefully we'll see you then. Until next time. Peace out, guys.
Hit him 3 times like a hat trick. The name is Swayze, no Patrick. If you play him, then it's tragic. Hit him with the Mythic, yeah, that's magic. Yeah, MTG, that's what you'll see if you like and subscribe. Where's the upload, man? Man, all of the time. Coming with the best decks, this is the meta. This ain't cheap, yeah.